Okay, so I'm in Minecraft. Um, basically, okay. Minecraft's business model is to just make everyone buy their game at least 5 times. So this is probably like the seventh time I've had to buy this game because, a variety of reasons, and the most recent reason was, they made everyone have to use a Microsoft account for their Minecraft account, and then no one uses a Microsoft account, and so then you just forget what yours was, right? And then you have to buy the game again. So, oh, okay. Oh, what did I do? Okay, I guess F1 just removes all that. Okay. So, but anyway, so I bought this game again, uh, and I made my house, uh, as you guys saw in my previous video. But then I thought, why not, similarly to the MS Paint videos, why don't I just make, I don't know how well this is going to work, but why not, like, make Minecraft videos, draw, I don't know, we'll see how this will work. So, what blocks are I gonna use here? I'm gonna use some beautiful blocks. I actually have to think about what I'm even gonna talk about. So give me a minute. Okay, so it is that time of year, summer, um, in which sane people like me start to just think about winter all day, every day, because what's the point at this point if not just to wait for winter to come back? Next week we're having a day. It's like the true temperature is going to be 98. Real feel will be like close to 110 with humidity and all. Horrible, sickening stuff is going on. So I'm just gonna. I wish I had like world edit, or isn't that what that mod is called? That might be more helpful than this. This might be really bad and hard to watch. Um, but that's okay. So basically, okay, let's see how well I can do this. So this is like the Toledo Strip area. And then, wait a minute. So, I guess I'm just going to talk about the climate of Ohio and then maybe the country at large for a little bit. That looks not that terrible. Uh, Here, Conneaut, or whatever, however you say it, I'm on the real Northeast Ohio. West Virginia. This part's going to be a little bit difficult. This is not the worst ever so far. That the Pennsylvania border should have been longer, but what can you do? You know. um. So Ohio is like, I think that what the country imagines us as at a large scale is like a very cold place. Um. To me, we're definitely not cold enough. Let's see how this looks. This is not terrible. I'll take it. Um. I would say that we're definitely not cold enough. So what what some people might. Oh, you know what I should do? Let's see. I need like a speed potion so I can go really fast. Potion of swiftness. So I want speed 2, right? If I oh, if I drink this, will it? Okay. So, what some people might be inclined to call us is um, Snowbelt. I won't write it all out because, wow, this video idea might be stupid. Oh, that looks like a creeper face. Wow. Minecraft. Um, there we go. Some people might be inclined to call this the snow belt. Um, a more accurate name, in my opinion, is probably the frost belt is a bit more accurate, and you'll hear this. You'll see this one be tossed around. Uh, but my favorite, personally, is there, some red here. My favorite personally, and I'll put a heart next to this. That was that was fast. Is this is my favorite. How do I? That's an A, kind of. This is my favorite. Salt belt. Um, because okay, so if you, I don't actually understand how this happens, how this is measured, but the average snowfall per county in the United States is about 22 inches, I believe. The reason why I'm confused as to how this is measured is different counties are different sizes. For example, let's go over here. Here's good old Ashtabula County. It's actually, okay, wait. I would say it's actually more like there. Ashtabula County, and then we got little old Lake County. And Ashtabula County is the largest county in Ohio. Lake County is the smallest county in Ohio. And it's like, so these are different sizes. So are they measuring it like, are they actually looking at like every square mile within it? Like they're measuring like the average of that, or a larger scale every 5 square miles is every municipality? Because if you go to like San Bernardino County, California, that county is huge. It's, the largest um, county or county equivalent out in America outside of the Yukon Koyukuk census area, which is in like east central Alaska, which is like the size of Montana. But other than that, the San Bernardino County is the largest, and it's pretty underpopulated. That's where Mount Whitney is, right? It's like Sierra Nevada mountains and desert. Um, so it's like there's less municipalities there. So how is this average being measured? I I do not know. But I'm just gonna trust that someone that not everyone is stupid and that someone thought of this, figured it out, and that it's that 22 number makes sense somehow. So if we're talking about this 22 number, then basically this is kind of what is going on here. This is okay. We'll just do like straight from here. Okay, that's fine. A little bit of looks a little bit more natural, maybe. And put red on this side. So Ohio, this cold, cold state. Only this part on the green side actually gets more than that, like 22 inches. And then there's like, you know, uh, then there's different levels. So then we got, we'll put another line here. Um, This is like, yeah, something like that is fine. And then what happens is something like this. Something like this happens. So, um, this area in the red down here isn't particularly snowy at all on a national scale. And if we go to, what color do I want to use for this? Because I already used this red. I guess brown? I don't know. And then if you keep going farther, right, and you come down here along the river, and by the way, in general, in all aspects, there's going to be more, in Ohio, there's going to be more diversity in almost every way, more along the east. And so you'll see what's going on here is there's even a little bit in this snow weather patterns. It's a little bit more varied over here in the east than it is in the west. This is for a few reasons. If we're talking about natural, geological, climatological phenomenon, it's because this area is flatter. And when we're talking about like specifically snowfall and weather, this area here past Lake Erie is going to be more extreme and more different because in the mid latitudes of the northern hemisphere, winds are westerly, meaning they come from the west. Wait, let's draw a beautiful wind diagram here because this is relevant. This wind will be like this. It's going that way. They come from the west. If you are in the southern hemisphere in the mid-lying latitudes, it comes from the east, easterly winds. I'm not really an expert at like wind. I don't really, there's trade winds, there's these westerly winds, there's trade winds are okay. So basically, if you have okay, I'm just gonna draw a little diagram of these are called what, Hadley cells? Okay, so let's just draw like a planet, a little bit of a planet here. Right, okay. So imagine this is half of a planet. Um, so what happens is, for some reason, it has to do with physics, so like the rotation, has to do with how air works. It has to do with the sun hits at different angles and all these points, and it causes different amounts of evaporation. All this stuff. You have um, you have these cells of um, wind of oh wait, what? How did this? Oh, it looks different because of this. There we go. Um, there's these different air masses. So this is like the tropical air mass, which goes from like roughly, Tropic of Cancer is the northern one. Capricorn is the southern one. I remember that because I'm a Capricorn, so it's like, oh, it should be close to me, but it's farther. The mid latitudes. So here we have the westerly winds, the easterly winds, and it alternates. So it's like west, east, west, east, west. And then these are the polar winds. And then there's also like different layers. So like up in the sky, uh it like goes, you know, if we're looking at it this way, it goes up into the sky and it like spins around and then comes back down. It goes in these kind of circular patterns, and then here in the middle, I think this is like what the trade winds are. The trade winds are like where it actually changes from Hadley cell to Hadley cell. And then there's like the horse latitudes, which I don't even really, there's a doors track called horse lat. I don't know. There's so much stuff to know about atmospheric forces that I don't truly know about. But what I do know is that where I am in the northern mid latitudes, the wind comes from the west, and because of this, as the wind goes over beautiful Lake Erie, which here, let's draw beautiful Lake Erie in this will be relevant, probably. I always forget how much farther beyond Ohio Lake Erie goes. Because it doesn't, it should just end here, but it doesn't. Uh, Continues on, you know, through Erie County, Pennsylvania, and all the way up to, Buffalo, New York. This is a very skinny Lake Erie, but it's okay. This is a Minecraft. This is a Minecraft imitation of MS Paint, talking about me rambling about Ohio. So it doesn't really matter. Wow, gorgeous. As the winds come from the west, they go over the lake. And the way that water works is if you have, water can stay hot for a long time or it can stay cold for a long time. Uh, if you have like a hot water bottle, the thing, like I think people use that if you have like sore muscles, that will stay hot for a long time, or you can have an ice pack. It'll stay cold even if you put it into room temperature. And so basically, in the winter, this water is cooling down, cooling down, cooling down. It hits its coldness peak like late January. Um, And in that time, the westerly winds will go over top of it. And as the winds go over top of it, they cool down and at the same time pick up some moisture from the lake. And then when they resurface, not resurface, when they come back to ground over here, they're now hydrated winds that are cold. And so they drop a bunch of snow down here. So if you are east of a Great Lake, or if you are east of the Sea of Japan, if you're in Japan, it's like this as well on their west coast. You are going to see a lot more snow down here, and you will continue to see like a ton of snow all along the all along this eastern edge of um, Lake Erie. You'll also see this on the other Great Lakes. So the western coast of Michigan is going to be really snowy. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan on the eastern side of Lake Superior over here is going to be really snowy. There's a town up there called, I don't exactly know how, oh, I don't exactly know how to spell this. I mean, how to say this. We'll spell it out for you guys. Because I have an idea of how you're supposed to say it, but it might be stupid. So I'm going to spell it out first, and then I will say it, so you guys don't think I'm, well, because what if someone is from there watching this, you know? Uh, that's a G. Yeah, that's a G. I'm trying to do this 5 by 3, 5 by 3 thing here. Oh, the N is going to be rough. That is, should have thought about this, but I didn't. There we go. Whatever. This, I think it might be called Houghton, but it could be like Houghton. I recently was in another another place, and that place is spelled like this. Oh, sorry, this is, you know, someone already told me once on one of my MS Paint videos that I should have like drawn some of the stuff beforehand or something. Uh, because it's like you gotta watch me draw it, and uh, I have to like, erase stuff, and that's annoying. This is even worse. And I'm sorry, kind of. If you're watching this, then that's your fault. If it's annoying, I don't know. Uh, this is a longer name, but we're almost done. No N's in this one, so the only bad letter is the G. But this, is another town. So as you can see, it has that O-U-G-H in the first syllable. But in this town, they pronounce her name Poughkeepsie. Even though there's two E's here, to me, Poughkeepsie is like so annoying. That's so annoying. And another name that I recently learned about in another place I was recently in is so if we oh another N, awesome, awesome. This 3 by 5 thing works pretty well otherwise, so oh this New Hampshire's capital. We went there. I didn't really cover it in my vlog, but we like went to Franklin Pierce's house, and they were having some sort of like celebration, and like their mayor was there, and it was like this whole thing. I got this maple candy there that was terrible. New Hampshire maple candy is terrible. And anyways, I found out that this, which I always thought was Concord, is actually Conquered. Conquered. I came, I saw, I conquered. That's how they say it there. So that's some names. Why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, because this town, which I'm going to call Houghton, because I think that might be right, and I want it to be right. Houghton is one of the snowiest places in the entire United States. It is up on a peninsula, northern peninsula of the north of the Upper Peninsula, and because it gets all that westerly wind over Lake Superior, it gets so much snow, like I don't know, like 200 inches of snow or something. Um, and so that's really snowy. Or if you go to Buffalo, that's really snowy. So this is Buffalo and Houghton are some of the snowiest places in this country, and it's because of that wind going over the Great Lakes. Now, why did I start talking about? Oh, why did I bring up salt? Oh, salt, right. So as you can see, this red area below here gets below average snowfall. And then if you go to this brown area down here, this brown area is like a pseudo subtropical climate almost. Um, about what color will I use for this? We haven't used yellow. I won't need brown again, I don't think. About right like here or something is a place called Gallipolis. Gallipolis is in Gallia County, and in Gallipolis was the highest ever recorded temperature in Ohio, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but I thought it was something like 130, and actually I'm going to look it up because I want, uh, you know, I want you guys to have good information, so I'm going to go on to Wikipedia climate. Uh, come on. What climate? Come on, Wikipedia. Climate. It's showing me they have on here a chart that shows average uh, maximum and minimum temperatures for winter and summer in all the different regions of Ohio, which on the here they have. So they have southwest, northeast, northwest, and northeast, but they also have Appalachian and central and Miami Valley. Miami Valley, is it really different enough from southwest to warrant its own thing? I don't know. Interestingly, it looks like it's a bit hotter. Well, more extreme. Hotter summers, colder winters. But anyways, on here they have Athens as the Appalachian city, and they're saying that the average July high is 85, whereas opposed to where I am in the coldest part of Ohio, it's 81, 82. They actually have two northeast. Oh, they don't have southeast. They just replaced it with that. This is kind of strange. But anyways, I'm looking for why they don't just have the climate normals. Okay, we're going to Gallipolis. Oh, here we go. 113. I was thinking like 130. I was like, that's way too high. But no, it's 113 is the record high temperature in Gallipolis. which I believe is about where this yellow is. And that's really hot. And if we go to Gallipolis, let's look at their climate. Yeah, 113. That's rough. Um, let's see. Snowfall is generally very light with a mean average of 11 inches. That is incredibly low. um, dang Gallipolis. But it says that their daily minimum in January is 23, and their so January temperature is 23 to 41 there in Gallipolis. If let's go to Ravenna, where I'm from, Ravenna, Ohio, not Italy. Do we not have? Okay, we're gonna have to go to Akron. I forgot. Ravenna does not. Oh, Kent might because they have a, you know, yeah, because Kent has a college. So that was 23 to 41 in Gallipolis. In Kent, it is 20 to 34. So that's significantly lower, that 41 to 34 thing. Um, it's a lot colder up here, but in the southern whatever, it's just like maybe a fourth of the state. It's not a cold place, though interestingly, I believe that I'm going back to Wikipedia, that the coldest ever, yeah, so it's in this place called Milligan. And Milligan is about right here. Milligan has the coldest ever recorded temperature in Ohio. It says that it is negative 39 Fahrenheit. And the reason that it is so cold there, even though it's so far from, the actual coldest areas, which is up here, I think Youngstown is the coldest major city. And then probably like one of these, like, probably like in Geauga, um, County or something, there's one that's colder, it's just not major. But the reason that this Milligan place has our coldest temperature, it's a long time ago, it's 1899 when this is from. But the reason is because it's in a more hilly part. This is in the non-glaciated part. I won't put the line for that because this is about weather, but the glaciated, non-glaciated part is like start roughly at Youngstown and then come down to Cincinnati. And then this third of the state is the unglaciated Appalachian Plateau. So it's a lot hillier there. And because of the hills around this place, Milligan, which I know nothing else about, there's these currents of air that flow through, and that makes it get colder. Uh, but anyways, so much of the state is not even cold. I mean, an average of 11 inches of snow here. Let me look at like uh, let's compare this to. Okay, I just guessed that the average. I tried to pick a town that I thought would have a similar snowfall to Gallipolis, and I picked Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Wikipedia says 11 inches for Chattanooga, Tennessee. That was a great guess. But yeah, like the Southern Ohio is not northern. Southern Ohio is not a northern. Is not northern in really any way. So we're not the snow belt really, because even if you come up here, so this is Ashtabula County. Uh, Geauga County is right here, and in Geauga County there's this place called Chardon, and Chardon is the snowiest town in Ohio, and Chardon gets what, 110 inches of snow per year. And then as you go down south from there, so we have my beautiful, this is not really the right shape or size, but let's just assume this is my beautiful Portage County. If you go down from here, it's basically like, okay, so the way that Geauga and Portage County and Trumbull County, these nice rectangle counties are set up, is that our townships are 5 by 5 miles. And so it's just sensible to measure things here in 5 mile chunks. This is not correct because Portage should be one, two, three, four. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, sure. This is sure that's Portage County. 525 tall, but basically it's like every 5 mile chunk you go down, the snowfall decreases by about 10 inches per year. So where I am in Ravenna, which is about right here, we get about 45 inches of snow per year. You go up to where I go to college in Hiram, which is 10 miles up, and they get more like 65. You go down to Randolph or Suffield, and they get more like 25. Um, why is it such a steep gradient when if you look, say, if you go to somewhere like, I don't know, Kansas or something, that amount that changes in just these two counties alone, I think is probably more than the entire state of Kansas. Why is this? Once again, it is because of lovely Lake Erie. Effectively, essentially, uh, Lake Erie, it is an extreme modifier to this state's weather, but it's a very centralized one. Its effects do not travel that far in really any way. Like culturally, Lake Erie only impacts, I don't know, the cultural Lake Erie region is about a municipality thick, like really just this black line. But the climatological effects are larger, as you can see here, but it still is very sharp, drastic drop off. Um, so that's why it is that way. But now this salt belt thing, I assume, every place in the world is like this right now. Every place that uh, habitually gets snow and always has. We're all getting less snow. And then top that off with this place already really wasn't that snowy if you think about it. Like even where I am in one of the snowiest parts of Ohio, we're only double that national average. Of course, Chardon's 110 is pretty impressive. But overall it's just not that snowy here. But we have the infrastructure, we prepare for the snow each year, and so we kind of go overkill with the salt. Not overkill enough sometimes maybe because I still, my car still went into that ditch. Still don't have that back. It's been a while. Really should do something about that, but I can't now because of that stupid seizure. It's not even any point. But anyways, what was I saying? Right, so they just put all this salt down, and it's just so much road salt all the time, killing the environment kind of, and I don't know. So I would say that we're in the salt belt if we were to talk about weather. Um, Do I have anything? Let me see how long this video has gone to see if I should talk about more stuff. Okay, it's already over half an hour, so that'll be enough for today. I don't need to bore you guys.